Hey, good morning, everybody. It's Hammer. Today is Monday, November 4th, 2024. I, of course, am with Originator Success here with the daily mortgage rate update, the only place on the web where you guys get to join me live each and every weekday morning, 9:30 a.m. Eastern Time, broadcasted to you on Facebook and YouTube. This morning, broadcasting to you from Fayetteville, West Virginia, staying at a bed and breakfast here. Saw the Lainey Wilson concert last night. She was awesome. Girl's got a set of pipes, man. And we had a great time with that. We're on the motorcycle, so having a good time, but riding home today. So anyway, if you are here this morning, say good morning. If you are watching on the replay, go ahead and give me a hashtag replay in the comments. Let me know that you were here. Let Facebook and YouTube know that you were here. Don't forget to smash that like button. Tag an LO friend or share this in a group on Facebook. If you are on YouTube, make sure you give it that thumbs up thing and try to make a comment. A lot of you watch on YouTube, but you don't comment, but the comments help the algorithm. So hop on and say something. Even if it's short, it's something, but something with a little substance. I appreciate it. I need your help getting people out there always watching. So let's say hi to the live folks here this morning. Who do we have here? How was your weekend? Let me know in the comments, especially those of you that may be on YouTube. So let's go ahead and take a look here. First one on was James Mahan. Mr. Mahan, you are on YouTube, so do me a favor and leave me a comment or two or three. I appreciate you. Randy Tico, good morning, sir. Giddy up. You too, also on YouTube. Good to see you, sir. Mark Clark, good morning. Brandy Brickler, great to have you here. Mallory Fotiadis, welcome. I hope you had a good weekend. Ron Siegel, good morning, sir. Today is National Candy Day. Actually, I think you got that one wrong. I think today is National Throw Up After Eating Too Much Candy Day. Being that, Halloween was just a few days ago, this is normally when you get that good old candy hangover, isn't it, when you were a kid? Kenny Rivard, good morning, sir. Kyle Mazikas, good morning. Great to have you here. Dan Crowley, great to have you around. My friend Sean Segaloff, he has the all kinds of what is this emoji? This is like a dog eating popcorn. It won't even let me show this one on the screen. I guess it doesn't know how to do this one. Jerry Avila, good morning, brother. Great to have you here. Rob Stewart, great to see you, sir. Tom Deadmore, good morning. Angela Walters, Robert Bashirs. Robert, do me a favor. Stop drawing all these hurricanes your way, man. Crazy stuff. Michael Love, good morning, sir. Mike Morano, great to have you here. Benoit Babu, great to see you, sir. Alison Foy, Derek Weibel, Jack Straw. Boy, a lot of people coming. Ron Siegel, you never comment. Yeah, you really need to be a little more participatory. Deb Dickinson, good morning. James Mahan said a wet, rainy weekend in northern Arkansas. Thank you for keeping that over there by you in Arkansas, because coming through West Virginia here, it's been nice weather, and I'm happy. Sean, yeah, I know you've got the popcorn ready. Randy, none of your kids went trick-or-treating? Well, your kids are a little older. Yasmin Martin, good morning. Great to have you here. All right, everybody, let's get into the good stuff. Mike Tebow, great to see you, sir, coming in under the wire. Let me go ahead and let's pop over to here and share the screen, and let's go over everything that we got going on this morning. So this morning, I can't bounce around, so let me pop this on there. Hold on. I'm on the little computer. So quick recap from Friday. Let me throw this up on the screen. Things were really weird on Friday. Let me make sure you should see everything. I'm going to pull this up out of the corner, though, just to make sure you guys can see it. Hold on a minute, because I can't see what you're seeing because I'm seeing this. But take a look here. This should be, hold on. There we go. Okay, so take a look Friday, right? Friday, we open up slow. Jobs data comes out 8:30. Huge miss on the jobs data. If you remember back on Friday, they say 10,000 jobs created. How is it we go from 250,000 jobs created the month before to 10,000? They blame it on the Boeing strike. They blame it on the hurricane. None of that makes any sense to me. I don't buy any of it. The other thing that I don't buy, and we talked about this on Friday, is unemployment remained 4.1%, but you only had 10,000 jobs created. That normally can't be a thing, right? So there should be more people unemployed. Unemployment should have gone up. It just none of it makes sense. But take a look at the reaction. Let's talk about mortgage rates and mortgage bonds and all that stuff. So look at mortgage-backed securities. The initial reaction to the jobs data was huge. And then by 11 o'clock, we were back down like it never happened. An hour later, it went away like it never happened. And then they continued to lose ground. Mortgage-backed securities ended the day 98.83. After beginning the day at 98.98, we actually ended the day down. And from when a lot of lenders set out pricing, there were a lot of reprices worse because lenders had set out pricing here, but they were pretty conservative on those jobs, despite the jobs data. So this morning, though, look at this overnight trading. Boom, we are up 38 freaking basis points to start the morning. I don't trust this either. However, domestic trading, it's holding on right now, which is a good sign. We can see it over here. If you look at these fancy, hold on, I got to figure out how to pull that back. There it is. Okay, so if you look over here, you can see that mortgage-backed securities are up after pushing down to this low level down here. They bounced up. 10-year Treasury yield, 4.28. Look at where we were on Friday, 4.39. 4. We lost all this ground. Now, could you imagine if the jobs data had come in super strong? Look at this reaction, how crazy that is, right? So things are definitely weird. As far as rates today, I'm going to say rate sheets are similar to Friday. Joma said, Barry just said circle November 4th on your calendar. Yeah, why is that? Were you guys not seeing my screen? Seriously? It says my screen was showing. Did you guys not see any of that? That is ridiculous. It's a good thing that I'm pretty looking. I was sitting there thinking that you guys had seen all that. Let me try this one more time. Let's see. All right, let me know. Do you guys see my screen? You would see a screen of a screen. This is my dashboard for Restream. Do you guys see my screen now, or are you still seeing me? Ron said flight to safety from the unknown election results. It could be, man. It could be. All right, now you guys are seeing my screen. Okay, that was weird. So you should be seeing it. Are you guys seeing the charts when I'm over here? Let me know. And then if you do, then I'll stay over here. I just want to make sure that the technology is working right this time. All right, I'm going to go with yes. Okay, cool. So here you can see here was what I was talking about. We had that huge bump up with mortgage-backed securities right as the jobs data came out. And then an hour later, it had just lost all of that. And then we suddenly lost ground this morning. Increase here. Now, Randy, you say it has to do with the election, the concern about that, and I won't argue that you're wrong on this one for sure. Let me go ahead and pop this away so that it's out of the way here. I won't argue you're wrong. Take a look at this. Like we're seeing the articles, dollar drops as U.S. polls shift towards Harris. There's arguments that it's there. The election heads for a tight finish. I was reading an article this morning that talked about traders were going to be there all overnight. Traders prepare for a long night and a volatile election. But again, you're going to see a lot of this hitting stocks on Tuesday and Wednesday. Bonds are going to see less, but we are going to see some movement. I didn't think we'd see as much movement. Right now, I know that nobody likes to talk politics, but right now markets are basically pricing in a Trump win. And I don't know how affected by the polls or the headlines traders are. And I also don't know how much they're going to move. And again, one of the things I wanted to point out to everybody, though, is there are 468 different jobs that are up for grabs. All right. When we look at the congressional section for now, how many Congress seats are up for election? There's 33 Senate seats and 435 House seats that are up for election this year. That is a lot. Okay. That is a lot. And what really, it's not just who wins, but if we see a wave. And there's been talk of a red wave, right? So this one says 34 seats in the Senate. So I don't know. This is BBC, so I'm gonna go with Ballotpedia here on this one. But either way, this one says 34 Senate races. So it shows you can't even believe what you read on anything. 435 seats in the House, and it looks like there may be 34 Senate seats. So anyway, when you look at this and how we go, I mean, right now the red currently controls the House. If Trump were to win, but blue were to win the House, that would affect things. The Senate seats, all of this going to make a play. So there's a lot of volatility that's going to happen between now and the election. And then, of course, we get no reprieve. The election itself, hold on, I got to get back to where we are here. All right. So the election itself is, of course, going to have a lot of volatility, and it's not going to be over in one day because you're going to have, generally, you'll have some more counting of the absentee ballots and things like that. So unless there's a really, really clear winner, it's gonna drag on. You know, we won't see the final results until we get into that Fed meeting. This is going to be a week of craziness. We could absolutely see emotional responses in markets, which is going to affect mortgage rates. The good news is that hopefully the worst is behind us. Now I've said that before, and yet wrong, and way too often lately. So, but historically, November is better for mortgage rates than October. After seeing rates jump about a point in October, it certainly doesn't seem like it could get much worse. But we do, of course, have to worry about it because it could. Sean said he thinks it's also flight to fear on the election if either of the nitwits get control of the White House and Congress. Again, so it's about the waves. Not just the presidency, but the actual congressional support behind it. So good morning, the rest of you. Ron Siegel, like me, you have a face for radio. Hell no, I'm pretty. I'm a pretty man, Mr. Siegel. You got to know that. So anyway, again, anything that can't handle the risk, especially if it's closing near term, you got to lock those things up. Friday was crazy when we saw a strong reaction to weak jobs data and then watched it all disappear. Bunch of reprices worse Friday. It's nuts. So Ron said every 2 years, all House seats are up for election. Yeah. But it was the Senate seats we're trying to see if it was 33 or 34. We're going to go with 34. 1/3 of the 100 Senate seats are up for vote. Obviously, every third time there's 34. Yeah. So either way, 33 or 34, we're up there. So listen, Mr. Paid Attention in Civics class, don't go bragging about how you know what's up for election. By the way, I hope everybody does get out and vote. There's no such thing as canceling out your vote. That's a social media thing. Get out and be heard, be seen, especially these congressional seats and your local state officials. Whatever issues are important to you, make sure you know how your local officials, like in North Carolina, we're up for governor and a bunch of different things. I don't know if every state is up for governor. But you've got local positions, county positions. You want to make sure that you're aware of how all these things are. Make sure you get out and vote on those. So Randy said, which worse is behind? What's the best case for lower rates? Randy, that is such a great answer, and I don't know if anyone else wants to chime in on that one. Right now, the argument is markets are pricing in a Trump win. They call it the Trump trade. The idea, though, is that Trump would be driving up debt and would push tariffs, and it would be inflationary. I don't know if I agree with all of that, but that is part of the consensus. So when you say what's the best case for lower rates in the time frame, if Trump wins, we may see that push off a little later in the month. If Kamala wins, then there may be the expectation that that's going to be better for those things, and therefore mortgage rates may improve a little bit on the near term. But again, I think we're going to see so much volatility, and I think we can't lose track of the Fed meeting. The Fed meeting, the quarter point cut. What does Powell say at his press conference? What do they come out with on that statement? All of that going to be playing again as soon as the election is over. Everyone will be focusing on the other stuff. So anyway, my friends, 14 and a half minutes in for me to tell you that all of this is up in the air and that nobody knows what's going to happen or what the reaction will be. And that's the scary part. The reaction is what we have to basically be ready for. And the reaction is going to be all over the place. It seems like there's no clear consensus, not on who's going to win, not on what effects it's going to have, not on what the Fed is going to do, not on where the economy is going, just all of this stuff. So rates aren't going to drop significantly unless we see a very strong market reaction. Will we see it? I don't know. I don't know. This is one of those, you need a crystal ball more than a forecast kind of things, because it really is time for crazy. I could spin this 17 different directions, but it all boils down to not knowing. Loans with a lot of time, those ones should float, right? If you're closing in December, we've got time to see how all this stuff plays out. I don't think that even for loans in that position that we're going to see things get too much worse for that much longer. That's my personal take on it. I think that we're close to capping out, but we could see them get worse depending on where things go for the next couple weeks. It's more of a question of how much lower will they go back down to. Randy, I just want a 1% rate drop for Christmas. Jay Rodriguez threw out all the candy. Mike, thank you, sir, for the safe travels home. Washington is up for governor. Ron, the best case for lower rates is split control. True. Ron's pointing that out, y'all, so you guys can see that, and it is true. When the government does nothing, if we have basically a constipated government where we have one party within the Congress, one party within the presidency, and they're constantly fighting and nothing gets done, that tends to help a lot of that. I'll agree. However, I don't know that that's necessarily for the long term what's best for all of us, and I don't think necessarily, even if we do get like the red wave right now, markets pricing in the idea that Trump tariffs are going to be inflationary. I don't know that I agree with that. I really don't. I don't know that it would be as bad as people think. They said a lot of that last time, but we'll see. So, all right, my friends, well, hold on to your seats, hold on to your seat cushions. And tomorrow we'll see, kind of how the day starts to open. Of course, nothing happening tomorrow, nothing being called till late in the day, but we can expect a little bit of volatility. So, all right, my friends, have a fantastic one. It was wonderful to see you today. I'll see you tomorrow. Take care, everybody. Bye-bye.